Hey, it's Sherman Ragland with the Real Investors Academy of Washington, D.C., and I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland, in a neighborhood called Canton. And I'm standing in front of 3033, 3035 Hudson Street. And what makes this project so exciting is that this is a mid-block infill housing redevelopment. That's right. There used to be a neighborhood store right here. We blew up the neighborhood store and built this beautiful side-by-side three-story townhouses right here in the middle of this neighborhood in Canton, Maryland. Now, let me tell you why understanding how to do these types of projects is really important to you. See, we're coming out of the worst real estate collapse in the history of this country, except for maybe the Great Depression. And bank after bank after bank has taken back loads and loads and loads of distressed properties. Many of these properties need to be torn down completely and start from scratch. Now let me tell you why it's so important that you as a real investor understand how to do infill residential development if you're going to be successful as a commercial real estate investor. The greatest opportunity right now to make the biggest profits is buying these distressed assets from banks. And the greatest opportunity in the distressed asset area is buying partially completed as well as completely dilapidated houses and infill lots. You have banks right now giving away infill lots for close to nothing. If you understand the basic 5 steps necessary to develop something like this, you're going to make a lot of money right now by going back to these bankers and saying, hey, we will take off your hands the abandoned properties, the tear downs, and the infill vacant lots. That's why we've put this property into the class. We're going to show you exactly step by step what we had to do to make this a reality. We're going to show you how we put together the financing. We're going to show you how we hired the architect. We're going to show you what kind of permits and approval processes we had to go through, and we're going to help speed up you being able to develop these kind of properties yourself. Now, right here with me is John. Come on over here, John. This is John Roberts, who was he was our contractor on this project. He's the guy that made sure that the workers showed up and this thing got built. So John's going to show you in this class how you hire, manage, and run a job with a contractor to do infill kind of development. So John, real quick, you want to tell folks about this project?
Well, this project was a house owned by an elderly couple, and they had a community store in here, and they had put both units together, so it was actually just one address. When we came in and bought it, we separated it back into 2 addresses, completely tore down the houses, so we just left an opening in these row of houses here, and then we came completely back up with a 3-story house. 2 3-story houses, and they're really nice inside. Granite countertops and hardwood floors and ceramic tile, kitchens and bathrooms and whirlpool baths, everything. It's got all the features that you'd ever want to see in a luxury townhouse in the Canton area.
And what's great is when you sign up for this class, you're going to see what goes on inside these houses, because we're going to have a tour inside these houses. You get a chance to see firsthand not only the hardwood floors, the brushed nickel finishes, and all the beautiful appliances, but also the fabulous rooftop decks that have a complete panoramic view of the entire inner harbor in Fort McHenry. You're going to hear straight from the contractor's mouth exactly what it takes to manage a contract like this, to manage the process, and to manage the subcontractors to get her done. Get her done?
Get her done.
Get her done, baby! So, sign up for this class. It's a commercial property class. It's a 6-week class. We're going to talk about all facets of commercial development, including the highly lucrative area of infill residential development. And best of all, it's right in your backyard, because that's how we do things at Real Investors. Real people making real money right in their own backyards. Hey, it's Sherman Ragland. I'm here in downtown Baltimore. As you can see from the skyline, we are literally 4 blocks from downtown Baltimore. We are literally 3 blocks from the power plant live, which means we're literally 3 blocks from the waterfront in downtown Baltimore, the Inner Harbor. We're down here so I can show you an exciting infill redevelopment project. Remember I told you about infill residential development? Well, it doesn't have to just be townhouses. See, infill development can also be a small limited service hotel, or it can be an exciting brand new 20-unit apartment building. And that's exactly what we're putting right down here. Talking about 921, 923 East Baltimore Streets. Now let me tell you how this deal came together. So, long story short, this is a 5-unit apartment building that we bought from somebody who bought it, who was going to turn it into a halfway clinic. And the reason why he was going to turn it into a halfway clinic is because these were all halfway clinics all up and down the street. And long story short was we basically made the decision to bite the bullet and buy this building. So we bought this building, and the first question I asked, even before we closed, is who owns this one? And we were told the city owns this one, but they had an agreement with Beazer, who was going to redevelop it into loft space. Long story short, we kept on asking, when are they going to close? When are they going to close? Beazer never closed. Beazer built all those houses down the street, got to this one and said, too hard, not our business, screw it, we're out of here. When the city decided they wanted to redevelop the whole block, the citizens of Jonestown said, we want this whole area declared historic. The city said, okay, fine. We will draw the historic preservation line. The historic preservation line runs right here. So this is the historic building. Okay. So bottom line is what we said to the city is, look, this one may be the one that's in the historic zone. And technically it's in the historic zone, but it's not historic, but it's in the historic zone. We said, look, this may be the one that's in the historic zone, but that one's the one that should be declared historic. So here's what we want to do. We want to tear down both. And in the process of tearing down both, we're going to put up a brand new building. And instead of having 2 5-unit, and notice, do you notice something about the windows on these buildings?
They're not the same height.
They're not at the same height. This building was built probably about 1938. That building was built about 18-something. Different construction technique, not even the same height. There's actually a 4.5-foot difference. So if you wanted to combine the two, you couldn't because the floors are 4.5 feet apart. So the idea is tear both of them down, rebuild brand new, and instead of having 2 5-units, we're going to rebuild with either an 18 or a 22 unit. The great part is we can still go up 2 more stories. So once you get above the 3rd floor, you have completely unobstructed views to the water. And once you get to the penthouse, you have basically a 360 panoramic view because everything else, as you notice, is only about 3 stories tall. You see, infill development is not only townhouses, but it's also small commercial properties. And in fact, right around the corner, I'm going to show you an example of an infill limited service hotel. Let's hop in the car, let me take you over there real quick. Sherman, Ragland, here we are right at the corner of Lombard and President Street. The waterfront is literally right across the street from us. This is where the harbor officially begins. So as you can see, infill development is the stepping stone for commercial real estate development. That's why we want you to know how to do it. It's an exciting area. It's an opportunity that's going to open up wide because of all the different foreclosures and banks sitting on these vacant lots. And that's why we've included it in this upcoming commercial property class and why I'm going to teach you how we do infill development like the small limited service hotel. So go ahead and sign up below for this exciting class on commercial real estate development and commercial real estate investment that also includes an entire month where we're just going to be looking at infill development opportunities. It's an exciting 6-month class, but you better hurry up because we only have a couple of seats left. Go ahead and sign up below. Hey, it's Sherman Ragland. I'm standing here on Lakeview Avenue in front of our 12-unit apartment building up in Reservoir Hill. This is an exciting opportunity for you to see the final parts of the reconstruction of this entire 12-unit building. We had tax credits involved in this deal, we had to finance this deal, we had to hire the contractor, and most importantly, we're going to have to get the tenants in place. This is an exciting opportunity to learn how you put together these small-scale commercial real estate deals. And I want you to have one of the last remaining seats as we finish off this project. As you can see, a lot of work has gone into this property, and I want you to see the final outcome, including how we get the tenants in place. This is an exciting opportunity. This will be the last opportunity for any class to participate in this project, and I want you to be a part of it. So go ahead and sign up below. Sign up right below me, and you can get one of the last remaining seats for this 6-month class that includes a special 1-month session on how to do small-scale apartment buildings. This is an A to Z, soup to nuts, beginning to end. We're going to show you how we found the property. We're going to show you how we financed the property. We're going to show you how we hired the contractor. And we're going to take you through step by step the various stages and all the construction that's been done before and now the final stages of construction as we get tenants into the property. And I want you to have a front row seat. Go ahead and sign up below, right there.